Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear children, I hope you are all enjoying our Hadith series. Our today's Hadith is Thanksgiving. Let's start our Hadith at the first and then we will listen a very interesting story with it. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يشكر الله من لا يشكر الناس. He is not gratified of Allah who is not grateful of people. This hadith is taken from Sunan Abi Dawwod 4811. Dear children, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Give thanks to the people so that you may be in the habit of giving thanks. Being grateful to people increases love for one another and Allah will be pleased too." Now it's our story time and our today's story is about a grateful boy Asad. Asad and Ahmed reached the school at the same time. Their vans were parked parallel to each other. Asad got out of his van and said aloud, Jazakallahul khaira, uncle. Ahmed looked at him with surprise. Same thing happened when the god uncle opened the gate for them. Ahmed just entered the school without paying any attention while Asad stopped and greeted the gatekeeper with a big warm smile followed by a thank you. Then they entered in the classroom. Ahmed secretly admired his friend's soft nature and gratefulness. He was engrossed in his thoughts when the bell rang. It was lunchtime. Both were eating when accidentally Asad's lunch box fell down. The pasta was all on the ground. Luckily, he had eaten most of it already, but it still made a slimy mess all over the ground. The cleaner came and cleaned up quickly. Asad thanked him. They went to the classroom again. Their teacher came and did the rest of the work. When she left, Asad said to her, Jazakallah. The both of them went home after off time. The next day, when they came to school again, Asad did the same thing to say thank you and Jazakallah to everyone. Ahmad noticed that during that play game, Asad was used to say thanks to friends for every bit of action. Ahmad then asked him, Why do you say thank you and Jazakallah even though there is nothing to pay thank you for? Asad replied, It must be paid because it increases one's love and the other's reward. Do you think it to yourself? If our teachers do not help us and do not explain to us, how can we get knowledge? Whether it is necessary to say Jazakallah or not. Likewise, if the clinic uncle does not clean up, who will clean up the school as much as we mess it up? The watchman, the canteen uncle, and the driver uncle all help us, so we should thank them too. This will make them happy. Ahmed said, You are right. I never thought that. You are a good friend of mine. From whom have you learned all this? Asa said, Dad, I learned all this from my father and mother. They say that we should thank all those who work for us. We thank each other when our Ammijan makes food for us and when Abbajan buys necessaries and food for us. Ammijan says that if we get used to doing this, we will also be thankful to Allah who gives us every blessing without saying. Ahmad said, Well, then I will do the same from today. But tell me another thing. Asad said, Yes, Ahmad, what do you want to ask me? Ahmad said, You said Jazakallah sometimes and sometimes thank you. What is the reason for that? Asad said, Because both uncles are not Muslim. So I say only thank you, and it is not enough to simply thank the Muslims. Therefore, I said Jazakallah, which means that Allah will reward you for it. It is also a prayer and a reward. Ahmad said, You have told me everything. I'm proud of you. Then both of them left for home. Dear children, from today onwards, you have to adopt this habit of saying thank you to Allah as well as people. Now, share this story with others to help them to learn good things and get rewarded. This hadith has to be forwarded by all of you. We will meet again with another lovely hadith and a story. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa